Hello and welcome to the Touchline podcast where we talk about all the transfer updates and anything to do with football. So how's your week been, guys?
Not been doing much. Just watching the Euros. Been busy.
Yeah, there've been quite a few good games in the Euros, haven't there? There was
Mhm.
sort of
It's really
France,
picked up.
Switzerland.
To be
Yeah,
fair, like
definitely.
the group stages were quite boring,
Yeah,
but this is quarterfinals
Oh,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
last 16 is them.
yeah. Some games like
They've
Spain,
been-
Croatia, France,
Exactly.
Switzerland.
France.
Yeah.
Was,
There've been some mad games. It's been entertaining. Like
yeah.
for a neutral
Yeah.
fan, it's been pretty good.
And then England's playing well as well.
Yeah, that's always
Yeah.
good. Like
So
I think
England's well.
when England are doing well in a tournament, it just makes the whole thing more exciting when you know there's something in it for you as well.
Yeah, 100%. And well, England definitely could win it 100%. I think.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're probably the best team in the tournament, in my opinion.
Like at the start of the tournament, people were worrying about how Southgate would organise his teams. I mean, despite what I think about him, I think England have done well, but I don't think that's him. I think it's due to the players and
No. But like he doesn't always like he doesn't pick the best teams, and it's not always on merit, But
No.
he picks the team, and it works. Like we're playing well, as in like I know like the matches, like the group stage matches, they haven't been the most entertaining, have they? But we've got the and we're playing well. So
I
I mean, especially against Germany as well. I think we were good. Everyone was like saying about our formation and things like winning against Germany, who like beat Portugal. I mean, they tore apart their defense and they beat Portugal. And it's a big. You need to give credit to Southgate for that. And
I think
we-
with players that are in England, I think if you gave it them to most managers, I think they would have done similar to Gareth Southgate.
yeah, but like what's it called? Like he gets stick, and yeah, he's not the greatest manager. Like he doesn't have relegation on his CV, and I do think that it was the wrong thing to appoint him. But he's done well. You can't really
He's,
complain.
well,
he's
you
done
can't.
well, but I'm looking at the caliber of opposition we normally play. And yeah, like the Germany one was a good win, but Germany weren't that great. You know, when we scraped past Croatia, scraped past Czech Republic, draw against Scotland. And even before that, you look at qualifying matches. I just don't think you give this England team to another manager, to Lampard, I don't know, Gerrard or whatever.
That's not what we're saying. We're just saying that like people are still criticizing him even though he's done well. Like the last, like he's still been doing well.
Yeah, I think everyone can give him credit for the last couple of games. But
I mean, you're talking about CV. I mean, if you look at managers around the whole tournament, like Mancini, I mean, he lost the FA Cup at Wigan.
He also won the Premier League. He won the Premier League.
Mancini won the Premier League.
That's such a terrible argument, that one.
Yeah, but still, I'm just saying, like, what was I going to say? Martinez, he got Wigan relegated as well.
He won the FA Cup with that season. We talk about Mancini.
Okay, but he got relegated.
He did all right at Everton as well.
Yeah, okay, we're getting off point here, but all I'm saying is like he's done well, but he's still getting like stick. Like just appreciate what he's done. Like, yeah, he's not the most tactically inept manager, but he's done well. He's done well. I know it is down. It is like, yeah, of course, it's down to the players. Like, England have a lot of attacking talent that they're blessed with, and well, everyone complains this lineup. Like the first game, everyone's like, why is Calvin Phillips playing? What's the formation? Why are we playing Scott Stewart and CDM? It worked, didn't it? So like everyone just criticizes him and it works, and then they just move on to the next game, criticize him again, and it works. He's proven everyone wrong.
Yeah,
Germany game, everyone was like, he had no chance. Like, look at he's picked the wrong team. Like, it's not amazing. Like, we're done. We're playing 5 at the back again. It worked, didn't it? He matched them. He matched Germany's back 5, and it worked. So
the same Germany team who couldn't beat Hungary and lost to North Macedonia in qualifying as well.
Yeah. So what? Germany is a bad team. No, they've got a lot of good players as well.
They're not as good as how they were in the past, though.
Yeah, but does that make them a bad team?
They're literally on it.
It's not as.
What are you talking about, man? Are you calling Germany shit now or something? Calling Germany shit now or something?
I mean, of course.
Okay, fine. Justify to me why Germany aren't good. You can't they're not bad, are they? Yeah, they did draw to Hungary, but they got through the group. One of the very hard.
I mean, every single top team has that like one game that obviously they lose.
They've
You can't
been
just
through
say,
a bit of a tough rock, but they're not a
They
bad
even
team.
lost to North Macedonia in like March, though.
oh
Yeah, a
my.
warm-up game, man. It
You're
wasn't their
talk-
first team, you absolute retard. It's not their actual team, you monk.
But what I'd say about Southgate, he's done well in this tournament. I think,
And he
particularly
did
in
well
that Germany
in the
game.
World Cup as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, in the Ukraine. But
Yeah.
what I would say, I think we've got this really talented squad. I don't think he's fulfilling the potential of the talented squad we got. When I look at the players we've got, and I think Sancho, Grealish, Bellingham, players that maybe
mean-
could be playing that aren't looking for the future as well. When he says things like, "Are they ready for this level?" Well, they probably are, aren't they? Just, I think little things like that I think now
Yeah,
might
let
not
us-
make a big impact. I think in the future could be make more of an impact. I think, especially, if Southgate does continue, which I assume he would
He's
after
staying,
the Euros.
he's staying apparently till Euro 2024. So I'm just saying back him instead of criticising him for everything.
Yeah.
Because he's not done a terrible job, has he? He's not been amazing like the other managers do better, yeah, 100%. But he's not been bad by any means.
I'm just saying there are many other better managers who are out there.
Yeah,
Who
but
could
listen to
I mean,
that's
you're
not what we're
playing in-
debating. What are we debating? We're saying back Southgate. We're not saying. I just said. Listen to what I'm saying, man.
You're-
I just said there are better managers. They would do better. But I'm saying back him, and you keep bringing up that stupid point. Listen to what I'm saying, then.
I mean, like, I still personally would try and seek for someone better, unless if Southgate
That's
does.
not-
Go for someone
Wait.
after getting to the semi-final of a Euro. You never know, we could win it. Semi-final of a World Cup, and then look for someone better. I don't think it's the
Yeah,
right thing
look,
to do.
that's exactly. He just got to the semi-final. He just got to the semi-final of the World Cup. He's at the semi-finals of the Euros. I see us beating Denmark. And
Yeah.
the final. You never know. I think we could beat. We'll probably beat Italy. I think we could beat Italy, even if like we got to the final. A lot of like the pundits didn't expect us to even reach the final. So Southgate's not done bad, has he? So what? After reaching the semi-final and a final of the last two international tournaments, you'd get him out, would you? Nah, you wouldn't. He's been good. Yeah.
You're playing international football though. It's not going to be filled with world-class managers. You don't need to be
Yeah, that's a
world-class.
good point. That's a good point.
You won't get many like world-class managers.
Yeah, you're not
that
going to
will
see
settle
Pep
down there.
Guardiola managing international football.
One player who has saved Gareth Southgate a lot is Harry Kane. Like in the beginning of the group stages, he wasn't up to scratch, but now it looks like he has fitted his way into Gareth Southgate's system.
I do think it was a lot from like he was thinking like about like there's a lot of speculation around him as well and stuff. Maybe clouded his judgment.
He's probably affected by the speculation at the start of the Euros, but like now there's news that Tottenham have a new manager. That's probably helping focus more.
Yeah, that's a good point. That probably means he'll leave now with Nuno because, well, I don't know.
I think he'll stay another season actually.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know. I don't think anyone will afford him. I think City might buy him next season. Yeah, I think City will get him, and then it's between City and Madrid for me.
He still has 3 years left in his contract, so there's no reason to sell him immediately.
No, but if Kane puts out a transfer request, then he would leave.
Yeah.
I think Nuno is an exciting enough managerial signing to keep Kane. I think there is potential. I think there is potential in Nuno because he didn't have a great he didn't have a great 2021 season with Wolves. But look at his first 2 in the Premier League where he got back-to-back Europa League football. I think there is actually some cause to be somewhat excited.
Yeah, but look at the players he had underneath him. Look at the players, man.
Called the underballs, and then like
I think
he had Jimenez, Jota, what's it called? Players like Neto.
But he's also taken some Championship quality players into Premier League quality. I mean, the Wolves to get a team promoted straight into European football is a good achievement. And they didn't play bad football. I don't think Wolves. I know last season it was pretty negative, but I think people are blinded by that. I think you look past last season, you look at the 2 seasons before. I think Nuno could be an exciting prospect for us. I think
the way I'm thinking,
he's young-ish, exciting.
Young, yeah.
He can make the most of young-ish. He can make the most of exciting talents. and we've got a talented squad. I think he can bring the best out of those. I think there's cause to be excited with Nuno. I think out of a lot of the people that's been mentioned, I think he's one of the better options.
What I'll say is, if Mourinho can't sort out the mess and Mourinho was not back, I think that's the main problem for me as well. He's not going to get back properly. He'll probably get like a few just cheap fines done, and then that's
Nah,
Nuno
that's
had
what I was gonna.
like what mess is Nuno going to solve that Mourinho couldn't? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. I was gonna say that Spurs just like opted for, I think, someone less. I think.
Also, yeah, they opted
I mean,
for
like,
the cheaper
the
option.
worst.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I think with Nuno, I think he showed he's capable of, achieving with a squad that isn't as good, or with players that aren't perhaps at the highest level. He did that with Wolves, a team that maybe could have finished 11th, 10th, or so, managed to get them 7th. So I think he can do the same with this squad, which maybe not the level of top 4, definitely not with the players we've got. But I think he's shown he can get the best out of players, a little bit like Pochettino did when he came in. He got a lot of average players and turned them into players that can challenge for titles and make the Champions League final.
yeah, but like Wolves had good players as well. Like, what I'm saying is Wolves, like the owners fully back Nuno. Like, everyone Nuno had on his list that in 18-19 transfer window, he got. Do you think Levy will do that for Nuno? 100% no. He didn't even back Mourinho. You think he'll back Nuno? Doubt it. He just went for the option that was easiest and cheapest to get out.
Yeah, I think obviously there are better options for Nuno, but I think
also Nuno will play negative football, and Levy said he'll play entertaining, attacking football. He doesn't have a clue what he's doing, man.
No, but I think what I would say though, I think Levy isn't stupid, right? He does have a brain. I don't think he said in his.
That's the thing though. He doesn't have a good football brain. He thinks in.
He's got Patrici on it.
Financial.
He got that Patrici on his side, or however you pronounce his name, as well. I think
That's for
but I think he might have had some sort of involvement in this.
No. Patrici had nothing to do with Nuno. He went into London when that was signed. He has nothing to do with Nuno. That was all Levy.
I mean, Levy said actually with the signing that he's got Nuno in to play some exciting attacking football. So I do think that maybe Nuno has promised that. I think Nuno, they didn't play bad football with Wolves.
They're changing Nuno's system. The system that worked for Nuno, they're going to change his mode. Like, he played that at Valencia as well. He played that system at Valencia and Porto.
I'm not saying he's going to stop playing. I'm not saying he's going to stop playing 5 at the back. But I think now he's got these better players. He's got the freedom, I think, to play a bit better football, and I think he will do that. It won't be as bad as the stuff he played under Mourinho, that's for sure.
In Wolves, it's pretty evident Nuno was he was heavily reliant on players like Jimenez and Jota. I think it could be similar in Tottenham.
Yeah, with Kane and Son. Yeah, it'll be heavily reliant.
Especially if Harry Kane leaves, I think Nuno is screwed.
Yeah, but like, no matter whatever manager you get in, if you say you got Conte in and Kane left and he wasn't back properly, I think if Kane leaves, it'll be similar to what happened to Bale. They'll just get in a bunch of players that just won't do the job.
Yeah.
Like, when Bale left, they got in a bunch of just the only player of note that's still kind of playing is Lamella, and that's saying something about the players that they got.
Yeah, I think I think you're right. I mean, Nuno has to be backed.
Yeah,
and if Kane
that's something that
leave,
we've seen. That's something we've seen. Like, Pochettino, the fact that Pochettino got that team to a Champions League final with the amount of backing he had, he barely had anyone that the only I remember he went I remember you saying before that he got to the season after the final. He didn't get back. He didn't sign a player or something.
It's that season in 2018 which he didn't have
we didn't get signings.
The fact that Pochettino did that, that's one of his greatest achievements. I don't think Nuno could do that.
I don't think we can say he's as good as Pochettino.
He's not that caliber, exactly.
But I do see similarities between him and Pochettino and Nuno, and that Nuno's come from a
completely different system.
No, in the way they've come from. Pochettino came from Southampton, where he overachieved, got him 8th or something, and then went to Spurs as well. Nuno was at Wolves, overachieved in the Premier League for a bit. Yeah, had a bit of a downturn last season, has now come to Spurs. So I can see Nuno being a success if he's given the right backing, given a little bit of time, and the players that he needs. I think it could work out for us.
Now, the thing with Pochettino is that he's developed several players while he was at Tottenham, such as like Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Eric Dyer. Like in Wolves, like who did Nuno?
Yeah,
really-
Nuno didn't bring any youth players
Yeah.
through apart from Morgan Gibbs White, who I don't think he'll use the youth as well. He's not one of those managers. Yeah. We'll have to
I
see
don't
with
know.
Nuno. I think
I mean,
the jury's very much out on Nuno.
he had Pedro Neto. That's like the only other player.
I mean, no, what Nuno did though was take players and made them better at Wolves. I think he did that a bit like Pochettino. So I could see Nuno doing well with a player like the Celso or Ndombele.
Just has
or-
1 assist in his last line.
I know, but I think I know it's not been great for us, but I think maybe Nuno could bring the best out of him.
He had
I
good
think-
players.
I
though.
think it'll be purple patch at the start. It'll start the season well, and then it will just be like Mourinho. He'll play
Mid-table.
negative stuff. He'll go back to his negative. I think he'll start playing like attacking football. See the results will drop. He'll go back to his old system. Fans will complain about the stuff, and then they'll still
He'll be
keep
so-
it. Legal will still keep him in, and he probably won't be back.
Well, it's
Yeah.
only got on a 2-year deal, Nuno. He's been signed to the end of 2023, I think, and that's
Yeah,
when
he'll probably-
Pochettino's contract expires at PSG. So I'm just saying,
Yeah,
maybe
he'll
this
probably get
is
Pochettino back in.
well, unless we're completely down and mid-table at that point, maybe.
I think you
But-
will. I think you'll be finish around 7th next season as well. 7th.
Yeah, and I can see maybe 5th. I don't think we'll get top 4, but
100% you won't get top 4. You won't get back.
Yeah.
I think this team
Wait.
is not top 4 caliber.
I mean, what are you saying about Pochettino coming back in 2023? I think he's be much more likely to stay at PSG if they want to keep him. Like his aim is to win the Champions League. I know he didn't win the French league, but he probably will win it next season. So I doubt he'll come back immediately in 2023.
oh,
Immediately.
he's not set the world alight at PSG, has he? Really, Pochettino. So I can't see why the PSG owners would really want to keep him on, especially if Pochettino is interested elsewhere.
Yeah, but what's it called? What's it called? When he left Tottenham, there were like loads of teams that wanted him. Like when Chelsea didn't have a manager when we went to Tuchel, Chelsea were looking at Pochettino. When United needed a manager, they were looking at Pochettino as well. I think that a lot of teams will be looking at him. And I think unless he picks Tottenham because of his history with them, like I think the only reason he'll pick them is because of the history with the club. Because there's so many better teams. He should be managing way better teams. Very good manager,
Yeah.
and I doubt he'll come back to Spurs unless, like, of course, he wants to go back because he lost. That's the only reason. Because I think he'll be in a much worse position than when he left. I think him getting sacked was
it's the
I don't know
worst thing
why
to
he-
happen.
I don't know why.
I
It's
mean,
the worst thing we could have done.
At the time, it looked you got Mourinho. Everyone was like, Tottenham was sorted, fine. But we all saw that worked out. I think that he was just under some bad form. I don't know why he sacked him.
Yeah.
I don't get why you had Mourinho at the time he did, especially like when you had the week before a final.
That was stupid
Yeah,
as well.
we've talked about that. No, I don't. Mourinho wouldn't have been kept on though for next season, so I think
think
we still.
He should have just kept him until the end of the season, though.
Yeah, that's what we'd have done, but he'd have been sacked after that, and
Well, yeah, you
we'd
could
probably
have
still be.
You could have just ended the season, or we could just ended the final if you lost, which you probably would have. Well, Mourinho's a master at finals.
Yeah, well, Mourinho has been quite vocal since the sacking, hasn't he? Like since there was talk about Bruno Fernandes when he said they'd been playing with 10 men on the pitch when he was playing in the
He was
Euros.
right, he was.
Stuff about Luke Shaw,
Mhm.
which I think he's been proved wrong about.
Yeah. What's the second one? Luke Shaw. Oh yeah, he was like, Luke Shaw. He was in his red head.
Yeah, and
Oh, that was quite unprofessional. Yeah.
saying
Another
he'd
manager.
take.
Yeah, another manager that's been quite vocal is Zidane about Mbappe. He said that
Yeah.
Mbappe has to quickly fix something that is dangerous career, and that is his ego. France had great legends who had never showed such ego. I'm afraid if he continues like this, he will drown. And I think he's right. I think Mbappe does have a big ego. I think he's very overrated. I think did have a very good, illustrious start to his career, but just let his ego get to him, and I think he's quite overrated. He's not really performed that much. Like you see him in the Champions League this past season, it was an amazing.
Wait, with that Champions League, did you see him in the against Barcelona?
Yeah, Barcelona. An aging Barcelona team now.
I think.
Messi and Ronaldo at that age, performing at similar levels.
Even against Bayern Munich, he was the main reason they beat Bayern Munich. He scored 2 goals.
I would say that's more down to Neymar. Neymar's creativity.
No. I think
he still contributes a lot.
Eshim, I can't understand a fucking thing you're saying with your shit, right? You're 50 mic. What are you saying?
Oh my god!
I can't,
he doesn't have a mic.
I haven't understood a single thing you said.
He doesn't. He doesn't have a mic.
Just been mumbling a lot.
He doesn't have a.
Speak loud.
He's not even using. He's not even using.
Oh, 9 minutes.
We've got 10 minutes. So
we've got time.
Okay, Eshim, we'll just start your point again about Mbappe.
I mean, it is a bit harsh on Mbappe. Like in the Champions League, he was contributing a lot to when they beat Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals. I know they lost to Bayern Munich.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. Like overrated. I'm saying he's overrated. I'm not saying he's a bad player. Like people use his stats in league, and like that's not really good. And I think Zidane's spot on with his what he said about Mbappe. He's got a massive ego. And there was a lot of hope on him.
I think Zidane's right in that he's got an ego, but I think people have short memory. I think people forget, and he set the world alight in the World Cup and top performances. Scored important goals. He scored in the final. Helped France win the World Cup at the age of 19 years old. He's won a couple of league titles in France. He's had some good performances in the Champions League. Right?
Yeah,
he's had a bad
terrible end to the season.
Missed penalty, like he.
I hate. You can't just say, he missed the penalty, so he's overrated.
Team against Switzerland, he had like 3 big chances missed. He barely had any. He just wasn't just the whole tournament as well.
Yeah, but
sometimes
if you say League One,
lots of players do well for club, but they don't do as well for international. I wouldn't say that for Mbappe. He's just had
exactly
rough games for France. He has won the World Cup. Let's not forget.
Yeah, 100%. I think a bit of bad form. Every player goes through.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
that doesn't make him overrated. That just means he's going through a bit of bad form. He's still
people are saying
the biggest prospect in the world.
Yeah, I know. So what? Like that doesn't make him people.
And he's a top player.
He's only 22 as well, so he's still got.
He ended the season terribly. He's just got of course he's you guys are confusing me. I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm just saying he's overrated. I'm just not saying he's a bad player by any means, but people are just overrating him.
This season, he got 42 goals in 47 appearances. I can't say that's
and
that's not overrated.
34 of that is in Ligue 1. Yeah,
still a lot of goals. That's still. Yeah, I think people disrespect Ligue 1 way too much. It's not a bad league. There are still some top teams in there.
Exactly. He scored 30 plus goals. Why can't Pepe or Dembele?
Yeah, Pepe. Do you see how those players lit up the French league, and when they moved over, they really struggled.
But you find a lot of players do that when coming from other leagues as well. You do a team over and they go into Chelsea. Lots of people struggle moving from country to another country.
Yeah, even last season,
Mbappe's stats are brilliant for a player of his age. He's got the skill. He's fast. His finishing is good as well. He's got it all, I think. And we've seen top performances in the biggest games. You're talking about Liga, and then you see good performances against Bayern Munich, against Barcelona in the World Cup, in the final, and Argentina and stuff. So I don't think he's overrated at all.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. That's the thing. I'm just saying he's overrated. People are overrated.
42 goals in how many, like, what, 47
Yeah,
appearances
okay.
did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
some people.
that's an amazing
Werner got
season.
27 goals and assists this season, all right? And that makes it seem like he's been one of his, like, that's one of his best returns. But it's been one of his worst seasons. And if
He's
you've
a
watched him, you've seen that. Yeah, Hesham, that's a team achievement, you retard. That's not a personal achievement, is it? So Werner did all of that on his own, yeah?
of course, but like he was part.
Exactly. Okay, let's just look at how many, like, Werner, like, you can't say, okay, he's a Champions League winner. He scored like, how many goals did he score in the Champions League? He scored 4 goals in the Champions League, right? I don't get what you're talking about, actually.
If you watch football, you would know. But
Yeah,
not avoiding
this
that.
is one of his worst return seasons. So, like, goals and assists is deceiving. You can't just base it off all of stats. Like, yeah, Mbappe has been very good on stats wise in the league, but you can't just, like, you can't say that he's. It was he ended the season in terrible form.
Yeah, but for like majority of the season, like every player has like rough patches. Like right now, it's Mbappe's. Like we mustn't forget, he is only 22. Like
yeah, you keep repeating this point. He's 22. What does that prove? What does that prove? Him being 22.
He'll go through bad.
Does being 22 make you better?
He'll come back
He might stagnate at this level. He might get worse. Being 22 doesn't mean anything. He might peak early and then injury might finish him off for the rest of his career. Age is not a deciding factor. Zlatan's like 35, still playing into the top level. Doesn't mean anything. Age does not mean anything. You can still get injuries and stuff.
I mean, he might be injured, but like you can't like say he'll stagnate just.
Yeah, but you keep saying 22 as like he's 22, so he's better than a player that's 24. No, that doesn't mean anything.
I mean, Ronaldo, Messi,
He might be completely washed up. He might be
He had a few bad games, so it is a bit of an overreaction to say that he'll stagnate.
No, I'm saying he could stagnate because you're bringing up that he's 22 and that doesn't mean anything. Age doesn't mean anything. You could definitely.
Yeah, but the only thing he hasn't won is the Champions League. He's won the World Cup. He's won. I mean, French league's not the biggest, but he's won it like several seasons in a row.
I don't think he'll win the Champions League. I don't think he'll win the Champions League. What's it called at PSG? I think if he had ambition, he'd leave.
They made it to the final 2 seasons ago, the semi-final last season, so you can't rule it out.
Yeah, but they just lack it. I don't know. I think when Neymar's gone, I think Mbappe will probably leave as well.
Yeah, true. That's the end of our episode. Please like and subscribe.
Will do, man.